Ladies and gentlemen, welcome.
4, 3, 2, 1. Aloha, everybody. Welcome.
Aloha!
Welcome to the reseller. I dropped eBay off of there. You see that? It's just reseller.
Oh, hi, baby boy. Hi, tiny little man. You're just a little baby helper, huh?
He likes to lick the tips of your fingers. Oh, he really smells like fish face today.
Oh.
That's our boy. Oh, aloha, everybody. Welcome. I saw some James in there.
It is I, James.
I see Amy and Jackie and Patricia, Paul, Intergalactic Microsystems, Carl at eBay Life, Paul Rose. Did I miss anybody?
Whoa. Hi, sweets. Pokey, I didn't mention you. Sorry, sweet.
Did you say ladybug?
I did say Ladybug. Ladybug. Hello, everybody.
Major Win.
And Major Win, of course.
Outdoors World.
Oh, I did miss it. Sorry. Well, I said Carl, but Outdoor World's Major Win. Welcome, everybody.
I know.
Thank you. Thank you. That's our dog. He's a little needy today. Look at him. He's so tiny and precious. He's exactly the opposite. He gives me the exact opposite feelings as eBay. Isn't that right?
Right.
You give me the opposite. Yes. You're the big boy.
He's a big boy.
We talked to him in baby talk. It'd make you sick. So you guys, I am going to Aloha Corn Husker Picket, offering a happy Valentine's Day to everybody.
All right. It's Valentine's
Yes,
Day.
I sent you all a McDonald's land card from the olden days. Part-time Jack is in the house. Okay, guys, this is serious. Do I have any serious? I have some new sounds, but no.
Happy VD.
How dare you?
Yes, it is VD Day. Oh, look, I've got something for.
Flipping ain't easy.
You know what, John? You
Ooh.
made it very difficult for me to, because you always say when flipping ain't easy, and I want you. You don't make it easy for me, so I had to. It was hard for me to find a good one. Aloha, Kevin. So you guys, we just finished watching eBay Reseller Podcast with Josh and John, and I'll tell you right now, across the board, everybody's feelings are pretty much the same. We're feeling like the funk, the eBay funk, and I'm the Enshittification, that is in the title here. Patricia sent me this. Now, she has mentioned it a few times, and I've seen the word cross my. It's in the lexicon somewhere, and it's crossed me a few times, but I haven't done any deep dives into it to see exactly what it's about. And Patricia has encouraged me, and this morning I did do that. I looked into this character named Cory Doctorow. And first of all, if you're not a doctor, just name yourself Dr. Rowe. Just put an extra doctora. You sound like a doctor. You sound like a. Wait.
I have many leather.
No, that's not it.
And my apartment smells of rich mahogany.
I thought I did a different one. Oops. Anyway, the point being the enshittening. I'm gonna retitle it. The enshittening.
Enshittification.
Yeah, no, it's like The Shining, but it's the enshittening of eBay. And basically, do I even have the proper stuff up here to tell you what I'm talking about? So basically, this is talking about it's what I've touched on, but I can't pull all my thoughts together in cohesion. So this guy has said it, and he's been saying it for like the last year or so, maybe just about that. Not too long. It entered. Enshittification is like a word from last year. So it's talking about internet platforms and how basically the internet was supposed to be free, and then it got taken over by internet platforms, and then they are like making the rules. It actually is very, very legit. And I've just talked about basically my understanding about how internet companies get started. They give out free money. They encourage you to come to the platform, and then they like get their hooks in you, and then they pull the carpet out. So this guy who writes and speaks like a person who knows stuff, he agrees with me. I think he took my idea and then went with it, right?
Yeah.
I didn't take his idea, but we both are thinking along the same way, and he is putting it into words that we can all understand. One of the enshittification is platforms are good to users. That's when they start. They give you free money. They give you $5 to sign up. That's like the platforms out there right now. Etsy's giving away $5 to sign up right now. Even though they're established, they're kind of going through a renaissance, I guess. The second thing is platforms abuse regular users to make things better for business customers. I'll bet you recognize that at eBay as well. The axe comes down, and the platforms abuse the business customers and the regular users to claw back all the value for themselves. That's what the guy put down. And then this article that I'm reading, I've read a couple of times. Like, he says the same thing a lot. So it is actually a really thought out theory. And I think it's just really true, really. I mean, yes, it's fact. I'm going to just say it's fact. And everybody comes to me when they're like, is this a fact or is this not a fact? And I go, this is or is it? And I give my judgment, and people go, thank you. Thank you so much.
Well, when you're experiencing it.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying this is fact, but to me, this is fact because this is what I've always felt. And this quote from the Wired article says, this is enshittification. Surpluses are first directed to users. Then once they're locked in, surpluses go to suppliers. Then once they're locked in, the surplus is handed to the shareholders, and the platform becomes a useless pile of shite. For mobile app stores to mobile app stores to Steam, from Facebook to Twitter, this is the enshittification life cycle.
Right, so it's not just even those social media apps. It can be applied across the board to selling platforms.
It applies to platforms in general on the internet. So they'll all go through a give out free money. Remember PayPal, $15 a piece. I mean, I think they're still good, but they put their hammer down. They've made adjustments. They've changed. So what I'm taking from this, and then I'll go to the comments and see what everybody's got to say about this. Hopefully something awesome. No, you guys are just saying nice stuff. Get all weird and crazy and say how bad it is. It isn't necessarily, it's just the way it is. I think that's what I took from this. It's the way it is. So what's the solution to this? Now, there aren't a lot of solutions, but there are. One of them is you can just roll over and do what they want. eBay wants you to promote. I personally don't think it'll do anything. It won't, depending on the strategies you use and how much you pay and all those things. It's not what it seems to be. Does it do something? Yes. Does it do what they say it does? I don't know, because they don't technically tell you what it does. They tell you sort of, they're very ambiguous. So is it doing what it says? Ambiguously, yes, but is it really? Probably not. Who knows? That's the whole point. These algorithms are a mystery. And a necessary evil, but a mystery. So let me, because there's so much data. Now, I think I should have started this off by so before I talk at all, what was my main premise for this? ZPG, zero population growth. None of this would be a problem if there wasn't too many people on the planet. The whole reason why there's algorithms is there's too much data to parse. People can't do it. It has to be done robotically. So if we could get rid of some people. I don't have great solutions.
So when do you think that eBay transitioned into this enshittification mode?
June. Last June or April,
So
when
it
people
took them
started
quite some time.
It's a process. It's a 25-year process. You have to keep squeezing money out, and eventually get to the point where you've squozen all you can squeeze. Now you got to find new ways to squeeze, and that happened in June. That is the enshittification, where they turned the guns. I've used that where you're on a let's say you're in the military, which I have no experience with, except for Nam. It was a rough time for me. You're on a battleship. You're shooting the bad guys over there, all of a sudden those guns turn to your own ship, like you're shooting yourself. That's sort of what happened in April, June. Like we felt that way. We felt that sort of thing. eBay was turning on us. That's when the Enshittification reached the third step, which is platforms abuse the business customers and claw back all the value for themselves. The business after they've screwed the small guys, then they screw the business guys, then they take all the money back from the business guys. Sorry, I didn't say that right. First, they're good to everybody. Then they're bad to users, good to businesses. Then they're bad to everybody and claw all the money back for their shareholders. That is above and beyond what has happened at eBay in this past 365 days. So, okay, so I want to have conversations with people. So, aloha, everybody. I'm going to jump down I want to just jump down to where people have said anything. And by the way,
Jacqueline Rose.
Aloha.
And Amy.
Aloha, beauties. Thank you. Aloha to you and to your experience. I can't wait to see more from that. And wait, oh, shoot. No, I forgot. Oh, no. I wanted to say to Josh Galt, who had a bad on Monday, he asked how we were doing. He was having a crummy day. Were we all having a crummy day on Monday? Because that was turned out to be a 0 day.
Yep.
So if everybody was nursing on the hind teat on Monday, something on Monday, right? So let me see. eBay Live, Carl says things picked up. That's in England. So, and what's funny is that this is worldwide. So it's interesting, and that could be worldwide. There is an economic of all, we can admit that, but it's 15-20% of the issue. Maybe
Oh, Bay needs a treat.
Yes.
So yeah.
He makes everything okay.
He does. If you need to get a dog or a little friend to help you not. Sometimes it takes an animal to snap you out of it.
So we do have people commenting on what you're discussing.
Yes, I'm trying to scroll down to that. The first comment is faux shizzle manizzle. I think that has something to do with it. Flippin says hi, happy hump day, everybody. Stoic says hello. I'm trying to get down to would have been easier than writing a diss. Oh, that was Patricia. I'm not sure what she was saying. Desktop is glitchy today. I'm sure you and Paul at least will have a sales buddy. Dead on your end. That's Paul Rose is dead. Okay, here we go.
Right.
Amazon subsidized book sales at the start and went without profit for years, riding on venture capital cash. This is how it's done. So when I said I have insight, my little bit of insight is I think it's pretty cool because I grew up in the Silicon Valley in the 70s and 80s. And although I was the poor little rich kid, so to speak, I mean, we weren't wealthy. We were just middle class in this super wealthy enclave. So I always felt like I didn't have the coolest toys. I did fine. By every measure of America, I made out like a bandit in toys and fun and trips to Europe and Hawaii and everything. No complaints here. Just saying that I grew up with all these industry leaders. All my friends' parents lived in Atherton, California, this is where all the industry leaders live. From 16 on, I lived on Willow Road in Menlo Park, which is the address for Facebook. So it's just the environment I grew up in, and I understand a little bit of how people think in these environments. And people are not on their mind. It's the dollar. And in the case of most of these businesses, this 25 years or however many years eBay's been around now, 25, you grow a business and it's a business has an arc. No matter what, Sears is gone, right? I mean, Montgomery Ward's is completely gone. Is there any Montgomery Ward's? That was a 120-year business. Businesses have an arc. So nobody's saying we're going to have eBay forever. But the people who invest in it and grow it, venture capital, everything, Peter Thiel, I don't know, all these guys over there, Sierra, all the people on Sand Hill Road. That's where I learned to drive, on Sand Hill Road, where all the big venture capital businesses are, and Rosewood, the big, where everybody hangs out, whatever. But
well, I've even read
you
where
were there.
where Jeff Bezos has said Amazon's not going to be around forever.
No,
well, no,
it can't be because of this enshittification. The ARC, they they get the venture capital money. Where did they get that? They get it from a bunch of rich people. Then they put it into work. They they get the platform grow. They get all the people. They get the views, the numbers, all the stuff so they can sell more stock and profit and blah, blah, blah. Then they get the businesses and they start growing the revenue and the revenue and the revenue. Then that revenue starts to, we know this is happening because everyone's been over this, ad infinitum. Josh does a great job. Hayfro's did a good job reading, looking into the stock evaluation and also their quarterly reports and stuff. And the bottom line is that eBay has shifted to charging the user. That is abuse. It may be a necessary evil type abuse, but it is to go from we're giving you a bunch of free stuff. Then they go to stage 2 where they take, they make it harder on the user, but beneficial to the businesses. They work them and then they take all the money for themselves. We're in 3, right? The 4th turning. You guys know about all those turning things about every 80 years, every 20 years or a generation, there's a turning and it's like artistic. And right now we're in the chaos one, which I don't know. It all adds up. Smart people that write books sometimes think about what they write. And that's why I believe them.
Well, it doesn't just apply to online platforms and such. It's just the way business is in general. I mean,
in general.
Oh, and I
think the online, the platform, it's slower. Faster.
Yeah,
online.
Probably. But even coming from a manufacturing background position that I was in. Why?
That was your sound effect. You wanted that one.
we would offer product at a low price to get the customer, but then the similar product once they became a customer, we would sell them similar product that would actually be the regular wholesale price. So you find it in all different formats and types of businesses. It's not just online platforms.
Well, no, I think that's what we're drawing from. Is that we know that businesses have an arc. And online they seem to have. So maybe in this perspective, because I did touch on generation. So when Montgomery Ward, the people that started it, long dead by the time it ended. In this particular case, online with this, where you can grow this mega bazillion dollar business in your lifetime. In 25 years, it goes from nothing to something and then down the tubes in your lifetime. So you can put money in at the beginning and take your money out and be rich and do what? I don't know what rich people do anymore.
They go on their yachts that are the size of a small city.
500 billion. And I guess they're doing that so when the zombies or the nuclear.
The day after tomorrow.
Yeah, they go out on their yacht and just float around for a decade. I really don't know why rich people want to ruin the world so much, because they have to live in it, except for Jeff Bezos. Let's see.
Squozen.
Hashtag Squozen. Let's see. Flipping says, I think it's a combination of everything for me. Going to take some time away this weekend. Now, that was one of my actual solutions for this. We haven't been on a vacation in 6 years, mostly pandemic related, but, it was 2019 we went away, and then the pandemic hit. So, and we haven't gotten
2018.
back. 2018 was the last time we left?
January of 2018.
That's a long time ago. That's like 6 years ago, right? Yeah. So, but 4 of the years have been pandemic, and then honestly, we're not really in a. I mean, I can fit in an airplane seat again, because that was part of the issue, was I was too fat to fly. I could fly first class, but expense. Now I can fit in probably, the mid seat. I wouldn't have to go full first class. I could go mid, maybe business or whatever. But I can't get extended length. Doesn't fit my belly width. so I can get a
You
wider
lost a
seat.
lot of weight.
I lost a lot of weight. So hopefully we can get on an airplane one day soon.
Yeah, we will. We will.
But that was one of my, if there's one thing that can get me psyched to get back behind the keyboard, was going on vacation and being away for 2 weeks. And I can totally, John was talking about how he really just stays in the mindset. And he's like, I got to get back to work. I can totally tune out. I can be in Disneyland, in Hawaii, wherever we are.
I can't.
You can't. No, I can just be, I'm done. I'm like, I switch off. But then at some point during, like if it's 2 weeks, sometimes we stay away 3 weeks or 4 weeks. That can be, that it definitely hits then where you're like, I'm kind of done with the vacation. I just want to go home now and start working again. So if I was to give a suggestion, if you're hitting that wall, you got to stop doing it. Certainly force it if you must. Be a robot, absolutely. But and especially in the case that you can't, you have to feed kids or buy diapers or something. But if you can afford any space from this job that we do here, this reselling task, when you're down, when you're hitting the wall, walk away from it for a day. Maybe a day will work. But if you could go out for a night, like break the cycle, break the wake up in the morning and get to the nuclear reset. It's like, just break the cycle for a day. It helps me because I know when I get back from a vacation, I am refreshed. So any sort of way to sort of make that feeling happen, like, oh, I actually want to do this again.
It doesn't take much to get you happy again.
I know. I'm sorry.
Could you move those over a little?
Sorry,
closer?
I'm not miserable. I try to get miserable, but then I just remember something that makes me happy. Dang. What do you want me to do?
Move
Scroll down?
the messages over a little bit. So, yeah.
So we are here. Stoic says, love the hat. Like I said that. Carl says, good idea, John. If we aren't good to ourselves, then what good are we to anyone around us? Sometimes we just need to detach. That's just what I said, Carl. Just because you said it, 10 minutes ago, I'm taking credit for it. Stoic says Monday was sure a bad day. Actually got the same email again, the death email. So, dude, please post that on, do a community post every time you get the death email, so that we know it's okay that we're gonna have a bad day, and we may all know that we're gonna have a bad day. It's an interesting, and this bad email also references a sale from 4 or 5 months ago, right? Something you can't leave feedback for. I always wanted to ask about that.
Could you?
verify.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Could you just move it more like the center? Because now I'm staring in this bright light.
Do you need a background?
Thank you. Great. Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It's Valentine's Day. Is this my Valentine's
Yeah,
Day gift?
that's
Thanks.
All done.
Corporate accounts payable. Nina speaking.
Just a moment.
So, okay, so I'm gonna try to read these and get caught up because as soon as I move this, there's gonna be 100 things down there. So yeah, you do have to disconnect, especially if you're bumming out about eBay. Disconnect, and I wouldn't say resort to cocktails. Don't do something that's gonna make you feel worse. Just disconnect from it. Go for a walk. Go for a dog. Go to the pound. Kiss a dog.
Well, I have to say too, when we see our fellow eBayers, feeling down, I think we're all sort of like coworkers in a way.
Everybody in this chat, we
all
are
a
coworkers.
community, and you can just sort of feel down with them. It just sort of we all feed off each other, and
this is eBay has created this impression depression that's hitting us all. Okay, so I don't know. Again, it's certainly okay. So let's just say this was a fantasy world. I'm gonna sue eBay because they made a whole bunch of us depressed. Now, am I saying that? Do I have a case? Well, sure, probably not. But I'm just gonna say, did they cause us damage? Yeah. They've affected us, our bottom line. They've caused us mental distress, and my tummy hurts. So, is that a real thing? Can you value that? Can you sue them for that? It's possible.
oh, stop!
I'm just saying that if you go down a road, you need to you can go down any road you want, but but balance it with like reality and fantasy so that you can say, can I sue eBay for this? Probably not. But let's say, what angle would I take if I did? Mental duress.
That's ridiculous.
I don't think so, but it could be.
Can you
What
hit
if I
the
murder
rewind
you?
button on that?
Yeah, you can. What do you mean? Oh no, I'm sticking to that
Do you
one.
know how many people are stressed out at their jobs that
I
are
don't
not
care
eBay?
about them. I don't care about them. I'm saying they did the third. They switched. They did it on purpose. They are literally hurting us on purpose. Of course, I don't think that's real. Of course, I don't think you can do anything about it. But can the enshittification? When I was thanking Patricia this morning for this idea, because she was trying to give it to me gently and I wasn't picking up the hint, and finally she really laid it out, and I'm like very thankful. Thank you. So I was just instantly in my mind came the Carly Simon song Anticipation. Enshittification. It's making me hate. Am I right? So follow me here.
Keep your day job.
They're creating, yes, thank you. I know that. They are injecting poison into the system. They are creating bad feelings. Okay, this is what I'm trying to get to, and why this enshittification is so bad, and why it hurts. It hurts people, and hurt people. But that's not the point. Point is that we are getting hurt. There's no doubt that I'm watching Josh and John today on the eBay Power Hour. They're bummed. I'm not saying it's actionable. I'm just saying they're bummed. I'm kind of bummed. I'm bummed for them. We're bummed here.
I'm totally. I mean, I'm bummed for everyone, but
and we're not doing well.
I
don't feel good for us.
I'm way bummed for Josh, and I'm not sure why him in particular, because I think
because he's trying so hard.
Yeah, and he has devoted and tried so many things, and I know a lot of us have.
He's trying the kitchen
but
sink.
He puts it out there, and I'm just like, rooting for him. Like, come on,
I know.
like.
And then he's bummed, and I'm like, dude,
this.
I wanna go help him, but then I'm like, our shit will fail. Excuse me.
Well, right. It's sort of like, when you're on the plane and the air things, the oxygen comes out and it says to do yourself first, and then do you.
He's got kids though, and I feel with people with kids. He's got like school age kids, so I want him to live the dream, and I want us all to live this dream. And when I read this article here, this is how I've always felt. So the question is, can we live this dream the way we want, or do we really, in order to really, really, really do this anymore, J-Ride is the guide. So
you're saying you got to move from your niche and collectibles into massagers and cameras.
I do think that.
I think so.
I think that if you want to do an eBay business today and you want to succeed, you need to have your collectibles and you need to have your vibrators.
So you're saying having two stores?
I don't even know if it needs to be two. I don't know the intricacies of what I'm even saying. What I'm saying is that I understand the new world order for eBay that we're at. It has changed. It changed last year. It's still changing. It is looking at vibrators. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that. It's looking at massagers as what it wants to see. High sell-through rate items. It is no longer looking at this is cool, this is not cool. It's just looking, well, it's not just looking at that because we're still selling things, but it has changed. That shift is this number 3, platforms abuse the business customers now to claw back the revenue for themselves. That is what's happening. Is it not? Does anyone disagree with this logic that this man, Cory Doctorow, has written a pretty simple explanation of how platforms evolve and devolve, and that it's going on across the board. The article that I'm reading right now, this is the enshittification of TikTok. This is Wired just put this out on January 23rd, but it just replaced TikTok with YouTube, with eBay, with anything.
January 23rd of 2023.
Yeah, it's old. So it's a year old. But
well, we've also mentioned it, and I in the past that I feel the shoppers and customers are changing. We're also the younger generation is growing up with a lot of just like throwaway product.
the generation, yeah.
And so
Are we all
they're
old
sort
here?
of
We're all old.
they're sort of accustomed to that, and you know they are shoppers, but they're not used to collectibles as much. A lot of collectibles are not being produced anymore. It's a Funko, but that loses its worth in a year because
But that's
there's
junk
too many
collectibles. I mean, we just put a bunch of AFX slot cars from the 70s online. I'm assuming these are like 60-year-old men child. They want them. They're ravenous and they're a little bit uptight about them. They want to know, why is the screw missing? I don't know. It's a 60-year-old car. I put battery on it. It works. You take a 9-volt battery on your, if you ever find AFX cars, it's super easy to test. You just take a 9-volt battery, touch the two things to it. The wheels turn or they don't. I didn't do a full inspection on the vehicle.
Let's get to some more comments. There was a pal from Ohana asking if we got the Ohana email. Yes, we did.
Yes, we did. That's the 24th. Tickets go on sale. They will sell out that day. Please do not get them that day. Have your wallet out right now. Get your wallet out.
I don't know. Did we say hi to Kent? Hi, Kent.
Aloha, Kent. Aloha, everybody. Anybody who's come in, I'm sorry. I'm going to try to catch up with the comments because I want to see what people think about this.
Yeah, I want to see too.
PY23, Nancy Kerrigan getting clubbed by Tanya Harding. Goons soundbite. She wanted it. I really did not want that. And I actually felt like that. I was like, this is sort of mean, isn't it?
Oh, stop. Can you scroll back up though? Did you get all of those?
Why?
She was suffering there, you know.
I didn't need the crying part, just the why.
She was in pain. We can't like that. eBay's arc for me is like the Ark of the Covenant at the end. Everybody's face melts. I mean, I put that part in for Paul Rose.
I think you might need to actually go up.
No, I already did.
Oh, okay.
But now I'm lost again. Okay, so...
Okay, that was DJ Southpaw. That was... Okay.
Okay, there it is. Yeah. Yes. We did get it, and we do... we gotta go all the way up here. We did get it, and we will get our tickets, and we will see you there. That'll be very exciting. Wait, who's Southpaw? He's a DJ, so we know him, right? Are you from Toronto, DJ Southpaw? I think it's a new name I don't recognize. I think that means left-handed. Paul Rose is also T-list. Seeing Stars, aloha. Third live you've caught in a row. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate it. Kent Hamilton, I've had more 0 days within the past days than I've had in over 26 years. So got that going for you. Well, if winning the game was zeros, you win. It's a good habit seeing. I shut down to watch one of the only things that keeps semi-sane right now. It's a good habit seeing. Paul said that. Sorry. See, I'm out of it now. I have to catch up. Sorry. Mm-hmm.
Right. That's another reason why it's good to keep up with comments because sometimes we get lost what we were talking about.
It was always thus.
Whatever they're doing is going to end badly for all of us.
Face melting. Yes. Okay. There's the Nancy Kerrigan costume. Bernie. So hypothetical. Wait, Bernie. Bernie wrote a book. It's okay to hate capitalism. Amy writes. I love capitalism. I love the cash. I love traveling. But I'm not, and I like fancy stuff. I myself am not fancy. Not like maybe some of the stuff is fancy, but I'm not. What are you gonna say?
Callie Debs, I'm so sorry.
What?
Oh my gosh.
Callie.
Her sister passed away night before last.
I don't have any good stuff. Hold on, let me see if I can find something. I have nothing
I'm so sorry.
Good
that
for a real
is just
tragedy
heartbreaking.
like that. Yeah, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Do your little mystical
she's
sound.
in
I'm
mean,
really
this
sorry.
is
that's
a
to be
little too
awfully
soon.
tough.
That is just bad. I'm really sorry to hear that, and I hope that I hope you can find some solace. I can't imagine you're fine to hear, but we can keep you off the topic for.
Well, I'm glad you're here with us.
Yes, thank you for allowing us to be here. If you were here right now, how do you hug somebody? I want to hug. I'm a hugger. You know what I am? A hugger. Not everybody likes to be hugged by me, but boy. And I don't talk about religion or politics or any of those things that are bad. But I promise you, I would annoy you no matter what your stance is on anything. But I'm a hugger, and I would hug.
And it looks like a lot of people are replying to
That's just so bad. I wish there's just nothing. I feel like really weird because I want to do something like I would go to the person.
6x6 said, figured you were missing me. Checking in. Michael Bolton.
Find your dopamine. Yeah, dopamine's our friend. Yes.
Oh.
You know, like when you take ecstasy, you know that ecstasy doesn't do anything to you. It just squeezes out your dopamine.
No, I've
It
never taken
squirts
ecstasy.
No, I have a lot of times. I squoze in my dopamines. But I'm just saying that it doesn't actually it doesn't actually interfere with your synapses, like firing, like a LSD or something. It just dumps your dopamine, and that's why you're so high and happy.
Well, yeah, that was long before we met.
Yeah, it is. And Flippin' Ain't Easy says, in his case, not feeling down, just a lack of motivation. Yeah, I know what you're saying, John. And
Time
that's
of year too. Just in
that's
general.
that's a good point, right? It is a little bit of the time of year. I would say that's probably true. And down is a relative term, and the depression is a relative term. Depression in general is a relative term. It's what we're saying is that you're not feeling. If you're lacking motivation, you're not feeling that joie de vivre. Therefore, But anyway, my point being that one way that I always found, not on purpose, is I would be on vacation and kind of be done with the vacation. Like, I want to go home. It was the one thing that would really rekindle my desire to get home and start working and hustling.
Yeah.
Is staying enough time away from the hustle to then motivate the hustle.
Yearn for the hustle.
Yeah.
You want to yearn.
I want
for
to
the
yearn.
hustle. Paul Rose, thank you for that
Flippin'
comment.
easy.
He says, "You stay up, Primo. Boost the rest of us. We need it." That's sweet.
Well, we will. We'll stay. I do one thing that I very much enjoy is just talking to my phone, which is, and then that goes to you guys. So that's cool. And I really don't want to work on eBay. I'm not very motivated myself. Yesterday was a freaking nightmare. So the way we've split up the duties is, and because she does all the picturing, which is awesome. You don't even know what I'm going to say yet. I'm not going to say it. I think you're misinterpreting this.
Okay.
So, as usual,
I'm just going based on what you've already said.
now
to
I'm
me.
using this for you because you're always mopey.
No.
You're Mrs. Mope. So
That was me clunking your head.
with the frying pan.
Yeah.
So what was my point?
Oh, wait. That was too delayed. There we
What was
go.
my point, though? Now you knocked my point out of my
Yesterday
head.
was such a nightmare.
Oh, such a nightmare. So she does the picturing. I don't even know why you would put the file in here. You didn't wait to hear the thing. You jumped to conclusions.
Like I said,
You pulled out your jump to conclusions map.
because
too
you've
early.
already complained to me about it.
Well,
So,
the complaint part was just that I'm beyond listening. Do you know how important I am? Do you know who I am?
violin.
Oh, wait. I got a new one for that.
I have many leather-bound books, and my apartment smells of rich mahogany.
So the point is that I sat down to have to do AFX cars. So this business is mine, right? It started with me. Everything that we have tons and piles and piles and piles of is AFX cars, Star Wars figures, comic books, records. That's not her. These are not her collectibles. These are my collectibles. So she does a damn good
I'm
job.
not much of a collector myself.
No,
I'm not
you
very
have, like,
sentimental.
You literally have one bag with like a Vogue magazine and a change of clothes. That's all you have. You're like, whatever. That's all I need. If
I like things, but it's just I only need maybe one of each type of thing that I like. I don't need a
if a
bunch.
tree falls on our house, you'll just take the bag and go
Yeah.
pitch a tent in the
Got my
front yard
little spray bag with
on a stick.
with each of my little collectibles. See you later. Bye.
And you'll hobo. Point was that I had to look at these that I haven't looked at in a long time. I don't remember anything. So I had to look up everything. And in the case, I look up every single thing. I can't do... Are you looking for the violin?
No, I'm sorry. I'm getting you sidetracked.
Yeah, you are. But I remember some things, but to do these, it took me 6 hours to list 40 items that maybe 10 years ago I just would have done. Just out of my head. But I had to look them up. You most certainly have to check prices nowadays because prices change on a dime. Am I right? Let's look for a good noise for this.
Well, why don't you have a am I right? Am I right?
Oh, yeah, I do need that.
Yeah, write that down.
But wait, I wanted to use this one. Wait, I want to go back to damn you, eBay and the Enshittification.
This aggression will not stand, man.
I had that one for today, and I didn't use it yet. But I really like that. Okay, so so bad. I'm just so sorry. Our hearts are in Burbank today. That let's see. I'm gonna try to fast forward here, just to make sure we see Major Wiz, super chat. Thank you.
Debummification. Rooting for you all.
Super chats are a great
Heart that.
debummification.
Heart that.
Oh, I can heart it. Oh yeah, that's what makes this so cool. Josh is the one who
You
told.
got to scroll up.
Oh yeah, I gotta do that. Okay, here we go. Josh is the one who said, make sure you do the pop-out chat. It works much easier. Let's see. Outdoor Worlds, this is the work. We don't get emotional for work. We just find the ways to make it work.
Yeah,
That is how I am.
We were just talking about that today. Mm-hmm.
But I am also, this last year's been a bummer. There's no doubt. eBay is more out of touch with the smaller sellers than anything else. Absolutely. And I do really believe that, the future of this platform is bunk. So let me get to what I think the real solution is. So there's something in, computers, you keep the data moving. So a hard drive doesn't last forever, offsite backups, all this thing, your ones and zeros, they fade. You can lose data just by leaving it in one place for too long. So the key to keeping digital data from disappearing is keep it moving. Every year you got to transfer it to a new hard drive or a new place, put it in multiple places because things just happen. The same thing is with these platforms. I believe personally, I don't want to say this, but I think Jeff Hayfrosells would be very, very proud of me to say this. I think eBay is in decline in that arc. And we have new platforms coming out, and the only way to protect yourself from the current situation and the enshittification of everything, because that's just how it works, you must go to different platforms. New platforms are going to show up, and you got to keep your data moving. Keep it moving. Those people who jumped into Whatnot first, probably did well. I don't think every platform is going to be good. Still have to see what's happening with District, but I think we'd have to talk to Crazy Lamp Lady who brought, however, 45,000 people with her to over there. How is she doing? So she may be saying this is the best thing that's ever happened. I wouldn't know. But I do think that for cross-listing, this is it. This is the big sign. I mean, it's just hitting me today. I mean, it's been hitting me for the past few weeks. It's been hitting Hayfroze, and it's been passing in front of me for months. But I'm slow because I'm deliberate and slow, and it's time to cross.
Paul Rose is saying not to be a Debbie Downer, but by the time they turn the ship around, it'll be too late for a lot of folks. I'm pretty much there now.
I agree that, Paul. I think you're right. I think you're right. Unless you go out and get a bunch of massagers. I mean, you can. So that's the option that you have. If you want to for sure save your eBay self, you need to pepper in J-Ride merch.
But then everyone will be selling it, and then
J-Ride merch,
everyone
yeah.
loses.
I don't have an answer for the seriousness of this question. I know we're going to sell things for 3 years because it's just vintage computers and it's stuff that just sells. We have to speed up. We have to increase the velocity of these sales. But
Well, and the stuff we sell, it's becoming harder and harder to find it.
You can't find it.
The people that once, had it, they've either passed on, or it's in a landfill, or other people already bought it up. No, you can't find any of it anymore.
And a lot of us are sitting on it. I mean, I've got a huge, pretty huge warehouse full of crap. It's just being sat on right now because I'm not accessing it and selling it. So it's still speculatively accumulating. And we had to keep the computer stuff for a decade before it was. No, actually, we sold stuff right away. Yeah, we lucked out on the computer, like me being a computer freak for sure.
Outdoors World says that I have a case to sue eBay, but I'm in Europe and is violating a U.S. law, and it would be hard. But I have a case here.
Outdoor Worlds have violated. Well, is EU law is like more sort of like pro consumer? I feel like that. It may not be true. As EU law might give you more options to. Now, I'm not a sewer. I'm not litigious. I don't like when
You're
people
not
say
a sewer.
I'm not a sewer.
You got a sewer mouth.
I do
but
have a
you're
sewer
not
mouth.
Sewer.
He's got a sewer mouth.
Yes.
But I'm talking from the perspective of right and wrong, not of, because to sue you have to have a case and you have to show damage. It's like you can't. There's a lot of things you even though you got wronged, you can't sue for because it's just too much. It doesn't make sense. So the question is it how solid is it? And in the EU, sue them there because what you doing? Because you might have a better standing there. If they're pulling some tricks, that's all I'm saying. They have to be pulling a trick. You have to identify the trick. It has to be against the law, and you have to have damages.
I see like we are a little bit behind in comments still, but James, my boring reseller life, he says, I am happy now, just saying, LOL, happy dance.
It is I, James.
Low dollar
fellow humans
and
and
volume, word up.
What did he say? What was the last thing he said? I don't see where you are. Happy dance. Low dollar and volume, word up. Low dollar and volume. Low dollar. Hold on. I got to read this right. I am happy now, just saying, happy dance. Low dollar and volume.
Word up.
I think we saw
dollar, but volume is up.
We saw his last video, so I think he's saying that he's selling a lot of low dollar items, and he's happy with that. I got to go see how he's what's really making the difference right now.
Yeah, we wouldn't do. I can't do massagers either. Major win, no.
I mean, I use that as the thing, but the digital cameras, he gives 20 things.
Remotes, digital cameras. I mean,
These are things you can still go to the thrift store. Now, if you watch advanced eBay sellers, if you watch Auction Professor, his video from last night was, the real truth is that full-time resellers can't make a full-time career out of going to the thrift store. We go to the thrift store as sort of like fun. It's like, let's go to the thrift store. Remember the olden days, see if we can find something. You got to buy stuff from a person that has a whole bunch of stuff. You've got to make contacts, buy things. Most of our stuff does not come from a thrift store. It comes from friends or other contacts. eBay
life, because of where I am on the spectrum, I find it very difficult to be able to pinpoint what causes my funk, and I end up just throwing everything at eBay and YouTube. Probably not healthy though, but no. Creativity though, that is,
I'm on the spectrum with the ADHD.
You got to do what maybe distracts you and brings some joy in your life.
It's a reset for me, and in fact, it's weird that we're talking about this for another situation.
Yeah.
About how I have a pretty intense ADHD, but I don't know. I'm old and I've had lots and lots and lots of therapy. It was diagnosed when I was a kid, so I had a lot of therapy when I was a kid. So I've learned lots of techniques and stuff. But one thing is this reset. If something's just killing me and I can't handle it, it's the hurdle. It hurts to concentrate, focus, anything. I go do something else. I have so many hobbies and projects going on that never get finished. I leave them like that on purpose, right?
Well, I know that when I'm feeling anxious about eBay or something, I do something that I know is going to make me feel positive, even if it doesn't rid the anxiety. If I know, eBay sales are making me feel bummed out because we're not having many, or we're having
You'll go list some.
I'm just like, as long as I know
That's how she
I'm
works.
doing what I can.
Yeah.
And I'm not just, hiding and wallowing. And
I'm different. I wallow. I'm taking this thing for all it's worth. I'm running out of here with my hair on fire.
I can only find relief if I just continue to work on what's causing me the stress. Just work on it and do more.
I find relief
do more work.
in me feeling happy. That's how I find relief. So I have to go.
Because you're a happy person.
I have to go do something. I have to go. There's usually things that trouble me. I mean, this means nothing. This is just a personal fact. Things that trouble me are all these tiny little loose ends that I haven't finished. Like little tiny things. Those kill me. The big eBay thing, I'm like, this thing is so big. eBay is so big and so out of my control. It doesn't give me anxiety that much. More often, it's a video I watch or somebody like me. If I was watching me right now and looking at this big thing about the enshittification, the enshitting, that this makes me anxious, but I'm saying it so it doesn't. Because the truth is, this is the way we're going. I mean, all these platforms are going to come and go now. So eBay at 25 years, we are on the downslide. Can they turn the ship? Can they right the ship? Can they, even if they could, would they? Because they're in stage 3, which is claw back all the money for the shareholders and then kill the business. That seems where we're going.
Times have changed for eBay, the company, as well. I mean, they're in court again.
Love you, Callie Dad.
They're in court again over the government is suing them on behalf of the EPA because they're saying that eBay sells high emission car parts and
the coal rollers
and harmful
or whatever.
Pesticides, and eBay is saying that's not us, that's people on the platform. We don't sell it. We're not the ones getting the money for it. But there's a whole article. But so things have changed for them too, and I think we are seeing the ripple effect of what's happening to them behind the scenes.
Well, we're in the shareholder chapter of this 3-chapter nightmare. And that started, it's all, we can, it's always been there. But right now, they're clawing back. The April-June thing from 2023, where we all fell off that cliff, that was the claws coming out. They were starting to claw back money from us. That was the claws. Now, I'm sure other people would notice the claws came out a little earlier or a little later, but the claws are out now. I don't think we can deny that. They are clawing back all the money from all the people for their shareholders. And in the middle of the night last night, did any of you get the eBay business update? I can't use my phone.
Sure.
It might be an email. I mean, it is an email. I don't know if you can find it. And it was just it just hit me weird because I got it. I just signed up for eBay for Business notifications or emails. It sends me basically every day. It sends me their stock price and everything, and then it sends any SEC filings. And this last one was just an SEC filing that was dated February 13th that added Vanguard Group as a big shareholder, and they are the activist. If not, I don't know if they're the only one, but they are the activist shareholder group that is forcing all this crap because they want to get the money. So basically what they're doing is the Warren Buffett or the 1980s come in and just take all the good parts, cash it all out, essentially. Now that could be, they might keep it going for a bit longer. I don't know exact days or dates, but we're in the third phase, the clawback phase. So unless you ever see things get a little bit better for you as a seller, this is the end of this is the end slope for eBay. It could be 50-year end slope. I don't know. How long did it take Montgomery Ward to die? A slow, gross death. I don't know. But I think the solution to this. Wait, is Hey Froze here? Oh no, Jeff Zanuck. Aloha, Jeff. And Motorcycle Door. Aloha.
I can't find the email.
Sorry. But they did go check it out for yourselves. The Vanguard group was added as a major shareholder. It has to be somebody, I think, over 15%, and then not one person within their hedge fund or whatever can own more than 5% of it or something like that. I could really care less. I mean, I like to know stuff, but at the same time,
mean you couldn't care less.
I could care less. I'm going to show you how less I could care. Right. I could care less. I could care less.
Okay. You're telling yourself.
I'm telling
care
myself.
less.
Yes. Care less about that. My reading comprehension's pretty sloppy. So that's why I don't barely bother reading. If I read something, it has to be something very, has to be fun. It has to be like, I can read Atlantic articles and I can read like not too newsy articles. They have to be like someone with a point of view. I can read those. What happened?
Just Callie Debs. She's so sweet. She said, I love watching this show because it's comforting to be in this group.
It is, Callie. We agree.
Thank you.
We totally agree.
I agree.
And I guess that's how we deal with it. Possibly how John deals with it. Also, he probably gets a lot of feedback, good feedback. That helps him. I mean,
oh, Motorcycle Dorg. 6'1", 260 pounds, and hairy. I love hugging people. The awkwardness is awesome.
yes, I'm a hugger. Now, if somebody doesn't look like they're breakable or complain too much, I'll lift you right off the ground. You don't like that though, because you have to squeeze pretty hard.
Right. Yeah.
Sometimes your guts pop out.
You
know how your nerd eyes pop out sometimes when I do that? They're all boing. Paul took some ecstasy, you demon. In the 90s, a friend of mine organized a rave, and I danced 5 hours straight. 5? I've been to raves where I was like there for 48 hours.
So that's how you lose weight. Don't take Ozempic. Take ecstasy and dance for 5 hours. I do not promote doing drugs.
I went into a porta potty at a rave and was in there for 5 hours. I thought it was a rocket, and I was in outer space. And I think I took maybe a couple of things. And I thought I was in outer space. I was listening to the music. I was raving in the porta potty inside the rave, and I literally thought I was blasting off. I felt the thing moving like I was going into outer space. So that was fun.
That's hilarious.
And they were playing. I remember this because it was so crazy. It was right when the song Sesame's Treat came out. Doom 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 doom. That one, yeah.
Yeah, I remember you listening to that when we first met.
Yeah, because it had, hadn't come. You were only about like a year away from me in the ecstasy porta potty. That was about a year before I met you.
Okay.
So, one of the reasons I left California, because I was having way too much fun and getting nothing done. So I left to go actually start a life.
Oh, Patricia says, grab a series of audio clips of Doctorow.
Enshittification. I will. I'll get that for next week. I think we're going to say, I think we're really going to, it's making me hate. It's part of the theory that I have that all this
I'll keep my tape job.
Enshittification is it's only necessary for the wealthiest, for the investor class. And it's at the expense of the worker class. And then, of course, the lowest class doesn't really get affected as much by anything because they're not involved in the, eBay. When I say class, I'm saying income class. Yeah. So I'm saying that those in the, I don't know. I don't want to say that the wrong way. I feel like I'm saying it the wrong way.
Zip it, zip.
Yeah, right there. Zip it.
All right, zip it.
You can't even
Zip it.
zip. Look, all
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, exhibit A. Look, I'm Zippy Longstockings. When a problem comes along, you must zip it. Zip it good. Would you like to have a suckle of my
zipper?
I want you. Stop.
Zip it. Zip it.
Zip it. You know, you're like a child talking. If you just One time.
Wow, that goes on a long time.
It's so good.
I would like to.
I couldn't figure out how
do
to
the
cut
sound
that.
effect to the sound effect.
I know you got it. Let's see. Where are we going now?
Good Art Karma Antiques. I have the Thompson Twins hit song Doctor. Wait.
Can't you see I'm
Oh, yeah.
burning, burning?
Oh yeah, for Dr. Pepper ad, repeating in my head over and over.
Oh, doctor, sellouts. Thompson Twins. You know, you had this great song. You had everything. And then you just had to sell it out 30 years after it was a hit.
I think somebody new is in the chat.
Kernox Connection. Aloha.
Try making a living on Macari and tell me how that goes. I heard, yeah.
Oh, we already know that doesn't go well.
Yeah, I heard that's not.
We already know that does not go well.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else do we got? Are you touching my vinegar
I'm
slippers?
trying to get you to put your slippers on because
the vinegar is coming out. My Amazon slippers turned to vinegar the other night. Now my feet smell like vinegar. I don't know what happened.
it's yeah.
Temu got us. Oh, that's okay. Stop. Halt.
Hold the presses.
Hold the presses.
Oh wait, we need that as a soundbite.
I need to just touch on the point that this enshittification thing. Amazon used enshittification to kill Main Street America. Now I'm going to tell you right now, I don't mind.
Stop the presses.
I didn't necessarily mind that because here's my feeling about Main Street America. Unless you are in a nice little town, and that's fine. Downtowns are cute and awesome and great. We have one here in Burlington, Vermont that's a little messed up right now, but that's because of junkies and stuff. But I think it'll make a comeback. It's the smaller little towns around everywhere except for the good ones that actually had old stores that relied on definitely low. So I'm using Vermont and California because those are the places I know, but I assume it goes further than that. That the stores in downtowns in the small cities in Vermont, it's not wealthy people that live in the small towns because they gravitate towards the bigger cities. And they have stores in these little downtowns because the poor people can't drive and stuff. And they have to go to these stores and shop at them, and they're very, very expensive. So I used to think, good, Amazon's coming in, taking care of all these riffraff downtown sections, which it's sad to see 100-year-old downtowns go. But when they're just taking advantage of the trapped populace, I didn't like that. So I'm like, Amazon will open it up so everybody can get cheap stuff again. Well, that happened. They killed mom and pop. They killed Main Street America. Then they used the shittification to capture all the people selling. And then you couldn't shop anywhere else because all the stores had closed because they killed them all. People with the stores had to sell on Amazon. People then had to buy from Amazon. That's the whole thing.
Those little town small stores, they had to charge a lot because they can't buy in bulk.
I'm just saying it's true. They charge too much. Now they've been replaced with dollar stores, which is better for the poor people.
So you're saying that they should have had lower prices.
I'm saying trapped people who are trapped by economic conditions in these little towns. They got rooked by the mom and pop stores, but then Amazon killed the mom and pop stores, and then dollar store came in and they sell them, I assume, poison stuff because I don't go to dollar stores. But my point being, what is that? Who sent that? My point being, wait, I have to finish my.
Josh.
I have to finish my point of. Josh Fagan. Josh Fagan! Aloha! Wait, we haven't seen you for a while. Aloha and welcome. And thank you so much for the super chat. Let me finish this. Amazon did the enshittification to downtown mom and pop stores. Now Temu is using the enshittification Amazon playbook to kill Amazon. So they are subsidizing, and they are going to do their best to kill Amazon.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah, right?
Yep.
And it smells like vinegar feet.
It does. It looks like.
Okay,
It looks like.
Thanks again, Josh. Thank you so much.
That's so sweet. Thank
really
you.
Appreciate that. This is just for that one.
It looks like our new.
I like seeing that orange up there, don't you?
Yeah, orange is one of your
Sweet
favorite
orange.
colors.
It is.
Kernock's Connection was saying that I've been hearing Chicken Littles in the chats for the past 5 years. It's
On
just
what?
people
Where?
venting, you know.
Where is this? Trying to make a connection on Macari. Okay, where's? Oh, you've gone down too far.
Oh,
I'm gonna try to.
Yeah, did it? I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, go back up. I'm sorry about that.
Advertised on the Super Bowl. Oh, Jen is saying that they should have. Of course, eBay should have. We're not that far back,
Which,
are
by
we?
the way, if you have not, go watch Darth Thrifters.
Oh, I think I put the link in
okay.
the description.
Latest video. He
it's pretty fun.
found somewhere deep in the
Yeah.
archives of eBay.
The canceled eBay commercial for the
that,
Super Bowl.
That was supposed to be for the Super Bowl, and it actually was really good. If only they had aired it.
John is saying not enough people will make the transition away from what they already sell from what I have seen. Of course, we're one of those people, John. It's very hard for us
It
to
is.
Crosslist, but we are doing it now. Etsy, starting with Etsy, the next most stable platform from our point of view. But I think that the things aren't going to get better in March. I don't know, but how can things get so much better in March that it's going to change my opinion that eBay is not going to suck for us forever now?
Oh, I can't imagine it will be a switch. Like,
It's not gonna be a switch.
But, I think of Pokey's hair.
Good to see James. Outdoor Worlds. Yeah, EU laws give you more options, but it's not easy either. My case is violating a U.S., not European.
Oh.
Yeah, and again, suing is just it doesn't work unless you really get clobbered good, and you can just be like, people will feel sorry for you. I mean, the judge, somebody has to feel sorry for you in the court, I found.
But yeah, I mean, I think eventually you have to adapt to the times, and
that's what I'm thinking. It's the times.
Vintage computers are not. Well, we already had this discussion.
Oh, you're wrong about that.
Oh, well,
Vintage computers
okay.
only go up in price. I'm telling you, because it's history.
Right. But there are definitely categories. People
Software.
always say Funko, Hummels, just
No, that's not even
Beanie
close.
Babies. I know, but I'm just saying you have to adapt.
I need to find
They're
a good
not
thing.
always popular.
This aggression will not stand, man.
You're totally wrong.
You have leather-bound books.
I wasn't going to use that one. Don't give away all my clothes. I'm hanging up on you. No, wait, what?
Oh, Major Win says you make ADHD look good.
Bam! Take that.
And Major Win has ADHD too. And in this corner.
Yeah. ADHD is I've definitely used it to my benefit in life because it has a component of in empathy. I mean, I'm a super ultra empathetic person, but I can also switch it off.
And Paul Rose is saying something which I feel a lot of people are in the same situation is I would change the inventory selection if it were an option, but I have at least $200,000 worth of stuff I already have to list and no funds to buy alternatives.
And we are
Taking
doing
a
the
few
same
pounds
thing.
a day, don't cut it.
And this is what we're doing. We have to do that too. That's what we're doing. But I think that there is a potential that when we purchase new items, that we may be, because we're not going to find the same items that we always used to buy.
I know. We won't.
I mean, we live in a very good place to do that. Vermont is a non-populous state with a bunch of hoarders. So we're fine. We literally have a house 2 doors down from us that is a full hoard. And the guy is a nuclear scientist, worked for Martin Marietta, made Gatling gun. Like, he's a weapon designer. His house is full of stuff. He has buses and cars, and everything is kind of trash. Like, the roof's kind of falling in and stuff. He's a very interesting person. And I'm going to get all his stuff. I like that.
And then there's the other guy who's an antiques dealer.
Even closer to us than that.
Mm-hmm.
And he does primitives. So he does old antiques, maybe things like maple buckets, primitives, barn antiques, wagon wheels. I don't know. His garage is full. And if Josh is right, although I'm still curious about that because antiques have been dead for so long, are they really ready for a comeback? And if they are, we have that right there.
Yeah, and then John is saying that that's just it. People get irritated at him when he suggests selling
Nobody
something
gets
different,
irritated at you.
with higher
Flip it
sell-through rates.
easy.
Sometimes
and
people
they're
get
they're
irritated.
sitting on a lot of inventory.
We don't.
And because of that, they won't pivot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it is hard when
That's
all
us.
your money is
That's us.
caught up in your current inventory. It
Didn't I
But-
just read that? That's okay. Just a
But,
pivot.
you know, maybe it's just like one small thing at a time. Just go with the extra $20, go buy something with a higher sell-through rate, add that one thing to your eBay, and then gradually just replace the items you sell with a higher sell-through.
But
That's
I do.
not what we're doing, though.
Well, not yet, because we still
Right.
have we still have the $200,000 worth of
Not
crap
not
to
yet.
list
I mean, we
before
will
we pivot.
We will eventually.
But
yeah.
you know, still, when I pick up Apple computer stuff, like the few things I have picked up recently is all awesome, good stuff. And the computer stuff, let me just finish on that. It's a great thing to get into. The only thing in computers that I would say is going to fail, stuff that fails. So computers have they fail. So that's going to make the stuff that works even more valuable. And it's the historical context. So all these kids that work in in California, in Silicon Valley, they all want the first Macintosh on their nightstand. I'm using stupid references, but everybody wants to have anybody in the computer industry, which is the future. And then this is how I did. I went on a full rant. I'm like, don't you understand? It's computers. Computers aren't going away. The biggest thing to happen in the whole world right now is AI. What's AI? It's a bunch of computers. People love computers. People love history, the history of computers. So that was my defense of computers never going down in
They'll
price.
be like the primitive antique.
Yes, for sure. Computers. You want to see where it comes from. I mean, the earlier computer stuff right before Macintosh from the late 70s, the S100 bus, those are like $3,000. And you can't really get an Altair or a IMSA for, $2,500. They've dropped a little bit since the past 6 months.
But if you're selling computers, you definitely need to know a lot about them because you've had to provide a lot of customer service and help people and walk through
it's literally the only
troubleshooting and
category
stuff.
that I will call a person, use their phone number, talk to them, because generally speaking, I can walk them through to get the operation happening because they're really unfamiliar with them. And usually it's, many, many, many hundreds of dollars that I don't want returned. But also, I don't mind chatting with people about computers.
And then Jen was saying that as soon as you pivot with enough items, the market or whatever will change again.
Of course.
And Biff Boffo!
Biff is here!
18 minutes ago,
And
he
Biff has got his
arrived.
smoking jacket on and his vinegar slippers, and he's walking out onto his lanai,
Do you have leather-bound books?
smoking his leather-bound books. Yeah, John, it's chicken or egg. You just can't win. Paul Rose says, well, you can't win. So here's the goal is now to have two things going, two operations at once. And whether one's on Etsy, one's on eBay, or half of each one, I'm saying two separate businesses running. That's what I'm saying. I haven't thought it fully through, though. So,
I was on e-commerce bites and I was just sort of like browsing around their
least two
their
spots.
menu, the different pages they have, and I came across they have this whole list of seller sites where you can sell your product. I don't think it's very to date though, because at least one of the things is no longer in business. But it told you like a little, basically what they charge for fees, a little bit about each company, and it would provide a link to the website. Of course, eBay, Etsy, Amazon are all on there, but it's not current enough. Like they don't have Whatnot or District. But do a little digging around that website. E-commerce bites. I
mean, you should make yourself familiar with that anyway if you want to stay
They
on
had
top of
companies
stuff.
I've never heard of. I mean, some of them are for handmade crafts. Some are for real, actual like old antiques.
I mean, if I was just counseling people, I would say, right now Etsy looks good. I don't know District doesn't seem to produce, but I don't know I don't know if you can be in different stores, if some stores produce, some stores don't. I don't know anything about it's too new. So Etsy, Mercari, I don't know. We were gonna go on to Mercari and then didn't, and then we
keep hearing we're like okay, we're gonna do Mercari, and then we hear
something bad,
negative stuff that actually seems like, you know, enough to discourage us from doing it. And then we're like, oh, forget that. But nothing really negative about Etsy, just the same old stuff that you sort of hear about eBay. So,
Flippin' has said stuff is out there to find. Oh, I see. Is it Cernock? It's Cernock,
oh,
right?
yeah.
Cernock's collection.
Just
look harder. Sure, you can look harder if you want. I'm not, I don't think that I'm going to have a problem. I will go to a flea market. I will strike up a deal. I'll have a pile of money. I will come home with stuff. I mean, that's what reselling is.
I have a lot of confidence in you.
I just go
you're
get the
really
stuff.
good at it. So.
I have full confidence in myself too. I'll make it work. I'm still trying to obstinately force the old way to work through not promoting. So that brings up the next question. When do we start promoting?
Dun dun.
Oh yeah, what is it?
Oh, yes.
When do we start promoting again? We're still not promoting on our main channel, although we did start promoting on our Junk Drawer Empire secondary crappy store, which doesn't have many items, but
just crap.
Just crap.
No.
It's good crap, but it's like B stock, B inventory, because of something wrong with it, or maybe it's just not as cool for it doesn't want to hang out with our cool stuff. Major win, yeah. Now they're the sale listing report. Okay, I just thought that maybe they got rid of that. Hopefully they don't. I don't know if I said this, but yes, Jen.
eBay needs more buyers. Period.
Yeah.
They.
Although we proved that we got so many more buyers this year than we did last year.
Yes, we did.
We got way more buyers.
We sold, what, 30% more items?
Yeah. Well, we sold more stuff.
In 2023 than the previous year?
Yep. About $50 less. So it's like a $59 average sale price versus $120 or something. It used to be $120. Now it's $59-ish.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
That's all I got to say about that.
That's all you got to say. At what point do we call D. Snyder? Because we ain't going to take it anymore. It's true. I got to get that on here too. Can you write that down?
Oh, which one?
We're not going to. Yeah, we're not going to. We need that. That's a good one. Outdoor Worlds on March. eBay will do the spring update. Yep, of course. More fees and more nightmares for sellers. Yes, I don't think it's going to get better. I really honestly don't. Just based on history. I mean, every seller update is generally a fee increase. I don't think every single one, but most of them. And usually some sort of new advancement, magical innovation that screws us more. That allows them to claw back more is essentially what it is. By offering more products, technically that is clawing back money from us. That is the clawback. I just had to call.
I was just looking at Josh Fagan's comment with his, but you haven't made it that?
We're so far. It's just.
Well,
I'm fine. I just scrolled.
Your scroll bar looks like your
steampunk. Not enough sales.
Vinegar feet and
I saw vinegar
hair.
feet. I saw an eBay Posh Etsy Mercari. They'll give the gaps in between eBay says. Patricia, for Etsy, besides the niche or theme shop inventory, it takes time to build followers. Don't give up if you don't see fast sales results. Good. Thank you. Patricia, I drive customers to Etsy with Pinterest and Instagram too. Excellent suggestion.
Oh, wait.
Which this is what we're implementing as well. Not the Pinterest, but the Instagram. We're going to refire up our old school artifacts Instagram.
And I just need to, with the child humor I have, the vinegar feet and pokey hair. It's a special Valentine's Day spam magical. LOL.
It is. Aren't you lucky, sweetheart? You get us.
This is my crazy.
Let's see. Yeah, well, and that is the deal. So there's James. I don't think James has done. Did James do Google offsite promotions? Who are we watching
he
that does
did
the
test.
Google?
He used the free.
No, Biff Boffo does it. Not
through
through
eBay.
Google. Yeah. And also, I gotta show you next time. I want to show you some, because I've been watching some videos on YouTube production, and it's pretty interesting. And one of it was basically how to increase views and subscribers on YouTube. And it was explaining, it said, I spent a bunch of money on YouTube views, which there's illegal ways to do that and fully legal ways to do that. Spending money on robot views and likes, and even if they're like click farms, that's illegal and will usually get them. They'll just disappear off of your views and stuff. But if you use legitimate, either through YouTube or through Google, is a great video that showed you how to make these super targeted ads on Google that really, really work. And I thought to myself, that's what we got to do. So we'll be, using all the tricks that we've been gathering for these months, doing eBay videos and being focused on other people's eBay videos and gathering all these little bits that we're going to then go in nuclear punch down with the, I don't know. Hopefully it'll do something for us. I mean, I've been gathering, right, in my basket with my eggs.
And Patricia drives customers to Etsy with Pinterest and Instagram.
Yeah, that's really neat.
Paul Rose was saying that I've been promoting at 3% for a long time. Primo seems to make no difference. James is having good luck lately after slashing his percentages.
Yeah. I don't think that
There's
from
no
what I
clear
can
route.
tell, the 2%, 20%, where's the cut? I don't know, but it's not 20. And it's 2.6.
There's just like a recipe for each person.
I don't think there is. Well, maybe. But yeah, you're right. There could be.
There's it's
But I think
how
there
many
isn't.
you have, what kind of store you have.
I don't know.
What kind of categories you have.
I really feel like it's just arbitrary.
It's
There's
like
some arbitrariness to it.
It's like a combination lock, and you're just trying to figure out.
Trying
You're like
different
listening.
numbers.
You're listening. You're trying to crack a
You
safe.
hear the clickers clicking.
Click, click, click. Oh,
Yeah.
right, that one worked. No, that number didn't work. Yep. Oh, do we get
John
a
says,
safe
welcome to
clicking?
my world. Now you understand what I go through on the lives when I'm far behind. I can't keep up. I mean, it's I haven't been able to keep up for a long time. I'm surprised I'm at the end right now, but that's because I had to skip a whole bunch. I apologize. Because I want to talk directly to not be answering things from a half hour ago. Yeah, I know it's difficult. You can put on a slow chat, but that means people can only.
Oh, they
like-
wouldn't be able to reply to each other. And,
They couldn't talk between each other. That's the
that
thing.
would be annoying.
And I think there's a lot of stuff I miss, but are being said between people in the chat that it's helpful.
eBay Life was asking Patricia what does she find.
Oh, she did
best?
American Primitives in grad
Yeah,
school.
I saw that. To drive
Did
traffic.
you really? You saw that? Did
To,
you?
I have leather-bound books.
Yeah.
What do you find best
I
to
have
drive?
many leather-bound books.
Pinterest or Instagram to drive traffic to Etsy.
Pinterest, you could see. Well, Pinterest is just a useless, like a link death. It's like, oh, I want to look at something and see how much it's worth. And you go to Pinterest, but do it the opposite way. Pinterest gets all the people to go to it when it doesn't even give them the information that they want. So you could use that to your benefit. How? I don't know. But it seems like
I haven't been doing a lot of shopping or like with a window shopping version of online window shopping
because we're
lately,
poor because
but
of eBay.
I know, but so I haven't noticed lately, but I used to always get Pinterest results, and I would get so frustrated because I'd be like, no,
Yes.
I want to go right to the item
Yeah.
because
It
a lot of the things
circumvents.
actually didn't link to the website to buy it. It was just somebody going, oh, I like this thing.
See, Biff Boffo has come to my rescue just to prove to you how right I am.
Yeah.
As long as Apple remains a cultural juggernaut, Primo's Vintage Max will be coveted by the fanboys. Thank you, Big Boffo. You are my hero. Patricia's, wait, no. Old computers will be the robots of the future, like Rosie from the Jetsons. Exactly. It's, did you know, here's a dumb thing. they make 386 computer chips for one reason now. And there's a couple of reasons, but mainly it's for traffic lights. Traffic intersection traffic lights run on 386 computers. Huh. You know when they released 386 computers?
The more
like
you know,
80 386s. Probably 80 late 80s. They were into 386s. No, 286 was in, I'm going to say early 80s they had 386s. Those are still being used and produced for traffic signals. That's what they're used. A couple other minor processing things that are like, just switch things, machinery, things like that. But I'm just referring to Amy's old computers will be the robots of the future. Yeah. They already are. They're in the future right now from when they were made.
And Patricia was saying that Pinterest is hands down is far better at driving views than Instagram.
Pinterest is crazy. You guys gotta figure that out for us. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Callie Debs, I sell on eBay, Posh, Macari, and I already read that. Helpfully. Love you, Callie Debs. I want to hug you right now. Again.
Squish.
We are squeezing you through the internet. Let's see. Did we already read all this stuff? No. Pinterest is a perfect for my niche, and it's free.
And Paul Rose, hey, I'm jealous. I only have my own vinegar feet and hair. Happy V-Day to me.
If you're looking for a quick present for your loved one, vinegar feet and pokey hair. Mix them together with a little bit of glue or something. Some sort of glue. I've always liked glue. Let's see. Cassini minded is the only way. Amy's saying, be the Cassine. Be the Cassini. Yeah, I mean, it's not common sense. It is definitely, you must think like an algorithm that has way too many things to deal with, and it must choose between good and bad items and present the user with the best items that will get the backing platform the most money. I mean, if you can think that way, you will be an algorithm.
Wait a second.
What?
Are you at the bottom?
Yes.
Because you missed a whole bunch.
I did. I missed so many.
And they're good.
Okay, go to them.
I don't know where they are.
I don't know where they are.
Because Jack is here. Hi, Jack.
Hello, Jack. Yeah, we didn't even see you.
Right. Yeah, so just go a little bit above Josh Fagan's thing, and then, yeah.
I see D. Snyder. Is it above or below D. Snyder? Oh, Biff is saying people noticed the listing quality report is gone. Well,
some motor.
They said they were getting rid of it, but then somebody said that they were not. They decided not to. Huh.
So I would start like 5 comments above Josh Fagan with Motorcycle Dork, where he says the fact that it's almost been a year makes me want to cry.
It's been a very, very hard year for a lot of us, and that's why I think there's
a light at the end
of
the tunnel.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think. Again, I can't think clearly to say that there is any possibility that making us cry on eBay is actionable through lawsuits. I'm wondering, I'd have to ask an actual lawyer to see if there's any sort of financial damage that could be done using an algorithm that intentionally was designed to hurt you. Like, I think that's not I don't think that's a fully answered question in the precedents of law.
I always give the benefit of the doubt, and I'm just like, no, I think it's more like they're trying to find an algorithm to
make them the most money.
That, but also give everyone as much equal visibility as possible. But if you're paying for promos, then, but I don't know.
I don't think that's what they're doing.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, I try to do benefit of the doubt.
Nope.
Jack was saying
unacceptable benefit.
Oh, Ladybug says, every time you say Enshittification, I hear Californication. Yeah, from Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Californication.
And then Josh.
It's making me wait. Look, I did a mix.
Josh was saying on a recess from court and catching your live. That's so great.
Awesome.
Yeah, and he's saying I'm not a fan of the massager thing either, but that's 2024 eBay. And then your house becomes a Goodwill bin store. It sucks.
Yeah, ours is kind. It's
Yeah.
not. It's not that bad. We don't have clothing everywhere, but it's stuff, which most definitely mice have lived in some of the stuff before. So that's never awesome. Cernock, excuse me, is saying that Walmart laid that road down before Amazon.
Yeah, that is true.
Of course.
They put out Vermont was
I'm not saying that. I'm not giving you the end all history.
Well, and
but
Patricia was saying not all towns are poor, for poor people. Absolutely, I agree.
Hopefully I said that in a better way, right? I'm saying people, when I say poor people, I'm talking about people in small towns who are stuck there because they don't have transportation and they have to shop in those small downtowns that were at one point robbing them blind. Even when they didn't have much to rob. So, and we saw that in Vermont, people who didn't have cars. Morrisville, Vermont is a specific case study that I'm talking about, where there was maybe 1,000 people that lived around the downtown. All of them, none of them, it was very, very depressed economically, that town. A lot of stores were closed. The ones that were open took advantage of the people who couldn't leave to go to the big city to get cheaper stuff or whatever.
Right,
That's
just
what I was
perpetuating, poverty.
Yes, poverty.
And then and Walmart did lay the road before Amazon, and that was the thing with Walmart. And Vermont was the last state in the country to get a Walmart because we knew that it would run the mom and pops out of business. But eventually,
you couldn't give up, and that's
because then you want people.
Life is a bulldozer.
Consumers are asking for lower price items. And it's all at the expense of
life
the mom
is
and
a
pops.
bulldozer. The world is progressive, whether or not we want it to be or not. It moves forward and it just runs everything over. You get behind it, you get in front of it, you're going to have two different experiences.
Yeah, and Jack was also saying, it's the Walmart effect. Mm-hmm.
But now Amazon is the one getting, punched by Temu.
Right, and Jen was saying
Jen
was saying that she feels that mom and pops were charging sort of what they had to again because they can't buy in bulk.
But it still didn't work for the poverty areas,
Bib Buffalo, I live in a one-horse town. I have to buy vanilla beans and gelatin sheets on Bezos.
Yeah, you got to. That's the only place to get them.
Oh, and Jen was saying, yes, Darth's video was great. Again, Darth Thrifter, great video with the secret eBay.
Links in the
Super
thing.
Bowl commercial.
Also, I left, I'm pretty sure I left Patricia's link in for her Etsy links thing. So if you don't have a Etsy store, you're going to have a new one. Use her link to sign up. Don't use it after you sign up. Use it before you sign up. She did get some, she got a couple of people signing up with that, and you both get 40 free listings because you got to pay for listings on Etsy. I don't know. They were giving it for free. I don't know if that's over now.
So you just did a weird flippity dip. You got to scroll back down.
I got to.
You got to. Don't do that if it offends people.
That was yours. It was your offense.
I will not use that ever again.
No, that's okay. Yes, Darth Video. Amazon is clobbering our local Ace Hardware now. Luckily, our Aces are hanging in there.
We have enough in our local people to always run to.
And we do go there and spend
store.
a little bit more than Amazon just to keep them. Hopefully, a lot of people are doing that because our battery money
if your
isn't
toilet
working,
breaks,
you need the flapper.
You don't want to wait for Amazon to say they're going to get it to you the next day, and it's really 5 days
later. You need flappers,
later.
Batteries. You need a paintbrush. I'm not ordering it. I'm not going to Home Depot when I can go to Ace.
Temu represents the worst of American excess materialism.
Shop like a billionaire. Amy, shop like a billionaire? Like, what does that even mean? The grossness that cringed me out.
A billionaire is not buying.
They're not shopping online.
Garbage.
Dude, a billionaire has 15 people on staff to make him an igloo. It's I want something. The people come out and make it for him out of gold. He doesn't shop on Temu. Poor people. But, and also, you know, by the way, who wants to be a billionaire? I don't. $1 million's fine.
You're not asking for much.
I mean, we certainly, a millionaire is nothing. A millionaire is fake too, by the way. Because, you know, if you counted up all of our money, there might be $1 million, but how much is in the bank right now?
What's his dude's name? He was in the Dunkin' Donuts commercial. Matt Damon.
Oh, remember Matt Damon?
No, not Matt Damon. Mark
Remember the other guy?
Wahlberg. Sorry. Mark Wahlberg is redoing The $1 Million Man, but it's not The $1 Million Man. It's going to be The $1 billion Man.
$6 billion.
Oh, right. The $6 billion man.
It's a factor of 6.
Okay.
With Amazon. Oh, we saw that. Oh, wait. We already read that. Okay, go on. Now a whole bunch of new things showed up down here. Watch. Okay, I'm going all the way down here. Okay, we saw that.
Yeah, so we caught up on
Biff said he bought his 386 in 91. Yeah, I think they were out in the late 80s then. Yeah. The 386. I bought a 486 in, very, very early. No, I think 486s might have come out in like 93. Because Pentium 1 came out in 95. 486s came out 3 years before that. 386s came out, I think 8 years, 386s.
I feel though for the Apple computers to be worth
Oh, we're not going back to that, are we?
Worth a lot of money.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
They have to be pretty old.
Well, Macs are old.
Right. Well, I'm just talking
Oh,
about
the G3.
Yeah.
Those haven't made it yet, but don't if you have any of the colorful Macs, the fruit flavors, those will go up in price. They're not very expensive right now. They're like, you can get them for like under $100.
Yeah, they have to be pretty old for them to start.
So it's Macintosh. It's Mac, Mac Pluses aren't even necessarily worth that much. So it's Mac 128, 512, Fat Mac, and Mac Pluses.
So Paul Rose was saying that I'm pretty sure the last updates to the terms and conditions stated no class actions allowed. What does that tell you?
I don't know.
Because they know that people are frustrated.
Well, you can individually sue them. You just can't class action them. How does that stand up to anything?
Well,
if you want a class action, you just class action, don't you?
Oh, well,
I mean, they're telling you not to, that you have to go to arbitration probably.
Yeah.
And it's probably some sort of, you're probably just like completely stuck to the arbitration. But, you could get out of it if you showed enough damage, you could get out of it. That's usually the case. I mean, they would have to pretty much really hurt you, and you'd really have to be able to prove it. That seems to be everything.
And then Flippin' Ain't Easy John was saying, I am 100% sure everything they do and everything written in their terms of service is run by their law department to ensure their practices are legal.
And they can do that through through vagaries, and sort of blanket umbrella statements. So they can do it either through vagary or do it through something that is seems like it's covering a lot of things.
6 and 12 string guitar. Hi.
Aloha.
It's been a very
hard year for us eBay sellers. We want to be rich with lots of money, but we're not. You know why? Because Vanguard and Jamie have all our cash.
Either Frank Sinatra or a sad country song. Aren't country songs always sad?
I don't like to twang because I think I would be as disrespectful as Nancy Kerrigan if I sing a country song.
Oh, okay.
You can't do that.
Yeah,
you have to be respectful when you've got a.
I prefer Frank Sinatra.
When you're from the North, when you're a Yank, you don't want to make fun of the South. And when you're the Southerns, they don't mind making fun of the Yanks.
Amy is saying Vermont keeps their aesthetic by dressing up their McDonald's like barns and local architecture. Stunning. They did that in Stowe, but the McDonald's is no longer there.
They went out of business. It's crazy.
Vermont has definitely loosened.
They did make us
loosened up on that. Though.
Yeah, they did make. At first, they made us the aesthetic.
But yeah,
they've lightened up.
There are some areas where maybe it's a historical.
Stowe's
town.
an enclave, though.
Yeah.
It's a wealthy enclave that, most people who have homes there don't live there. What,
Outdoors worlds.
I'm doing something on eBay that drives them crazy. I waste their resources. How? I email them for whatever that you can imagine. Back and forth. The more emails they get, the more resources they waste. Take them out, Outdoor World. This reminds me of something. I don't think I wrote it down, though, because two people, was it you, Outdoor Worlds? Two people made comments on our last video after it was done. I wonder if I can go see. I'm going to just try really quick to see that.
Biff is asking if maple syrup is cheaper in Vermont. I'm looking to buy direct.
No. Probably a little bit, but it's not cheap. But if you have to buy it at a grocery store, like we get it maybe $50 a gallon, I think. Full gallon.
Yeah,
and then
I don't
smaller
know
ones are
what
different.
the price is.
And
outside of
there's
Vermont.
qualities too. So if you want the
There's the fancy,
the fancy,
which is it's the lightest, amber color.
It's definitely gonna be cheaper than buying it through Amazon because you have to pay their markup. But it's good.
Isn't there what's that hula? That new
That's a Y Combinator. That's a startup incubator.
And isn't it for Vermont businesses though?
Well, they help people who are local, that's for sure. But it doesn't have to be.
But I'm wondering if someone on there is selling maple syrup.
It's a technology incubator.
Oh. Okay.
Not for syrup, sweetie.
Oh, sweetie.
Not for sweetie syrup.
No, but I thought they helped create this sort of marketplace for Vermont.
No.
For Vermont
No, they're an
businesses.
incubator. They help small technology companies get off the ground.
I see. Okay.
Not syrup companies, sweetie.
Okay, sweetie.
I love you.
You've made that
Valentine's
point.
Day. Rub my back. I'm trying to find these. That was Amy's. Okay, wait. Okay. Benny Stratton and Nash. I don't think either one of them are here right now. And each of them is an interesting person. I enjoy what they write, and they tend to write a lot. And so I can really see where they're coming from. And Nash said that they have an anti-reseller eBay store, and that she specifically does not allow multiple purchases because she wants to discourage dealers from purchasing her books. So she doesn't do she doesn't add up combine shipping. And it's because she wants to discourage dealers. And I am completely confused by wanting to not sell things. So I wanted to really ask about that, and wondering if other people do that. Do you do things that will limit your sales because you have a strong feeling about not selling to your competitors, for instance? Or in Benny's case here, I don't know if I can get this out. Oh, that he does not pass on the shipping discount to his customers, and wants to, the way he says it, wants to, specifically using his words, he wants to train his customers to accept the higher prices. Are you reading that just to make sure I'm getting it right?
I'm trying to.
Yeah. Go ahead. I won't interrupt you.
Why don't you just read the whole thing?
You read that.
Why do you have the Christmas background on?
It's not Christmas.
Yeah, you do. Look.
I don't know. How did that happen?
Go big. It's Christmas!
Okay, we're back at Christmas, everybody.
You rewound a little too much.
Hope your sales are rewound too much. We took the time machine back to Christmas. Hold on. Okay, I did small, big. I got it.
Right. So Benny was saying, eBay is so willing to allow us to pass the cost
on our.
Oh, well, they have some nerve to tell sellers to do that. It also could cause a lot of pee off customers at the USPS. What happens when what eBay for Business is suggesting sellers do causes buyers to think that is what real shipping cost, and they go to ship their own items at the USPS, and they are totally shocked at the sticker price for posters that the postal worker is quoting them to ship an item from the East Coast to the West Coast or vice versa. They're going to be utterly shocked at the true calculated cost that the postal worker is quoting them. Why not?
Are you going to finish?
Why not we all, as sellers, use calculated shipping to train the buyers as to what the actual shipping real cost is?
So
I have some real pee-offed people lately at the post office when dropping off my packages because of the sticker shock as to what the postal worker was quoting as the shipping cost.
Okay, so that I wouldn't have read all that myself. But what I would get from that, I think, is that he doesn't want to give the discount to people because it will, confuse something. I feel like he doesn't want to give the people the discount. He wants to keep it because, and then he says people will go to the post office and be confused because they'll see how much more expensive it is retail. I don't really understand the comment, but what I'm taking from it is that people have they put up hurdles for themselves, and I'm curious as to why. With NIGH's, it's pretty clear that it's competition. With Benny, I would like to know. There's two reasons I want to know. One, is that the right thing to do to increase sales? And two, is there a good reason to do that? I want to know if I should be, or why should I do that?
Wait, isn't Benny?
I wish he was here to tell us, but he tends to come in after the show and write things. So I can never do a cross chat, But he does say, I feel like you guys can go look at it. It's right. It's public. It's on our last video, the Daily Nuke, crossing the streams, doubling down. It's the top comment, I believe. But anyway, NIGH is saying, specifically putting in the, I don't want to feed my competition. Although my personal belief is I don't care who buys my stuff as long as the money's good. And so I would like to know why, because maybe the competition is fierce locally.
Well, no, Benny is just saying, why isn't true calculated cost being shown more? Because
calculated shipping is always so much more on eBay than it really is even at the front desk. Is that what he's saying?
No, I think because there's discounts. The discounts, I don't know. Sorry, I thought I knew, and then you just made me not know.
Yeah, that's my fault, I'm sure. So anyway, let's not talk about this anymore. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks for bringing up something that we have no resolution to.
Well, I just wanted to know what the heck.
We need Patricia to go read it and then translate it for us.
Patricia is a doctor.
I have many leather-bound books, and my apartment smells of rich mahogany. I
don't want to hear that twice. Thanks. Had another work meeting. Glad we are still on. Major Win had to go and then came back. That's awesome. Paul Rose, I'm officially willing to risk the burden of being too rich. Me too. I mean, I'll give it a shot.
This is my work meeting. What did you do? Oh my god.
So, let's see. Have we been on here? What time did we start? Oh no, we start at 1 now. Oh, we've been on here for a long time. Let's see. 6 and 12 says I upgraded to a Pentium 1 from a 486 with a socket 7 adapter from the socket 5. That was 96. Pentium 1 in 96? That's a little late. It's a little late. I then overclocked it from 75 to 100. It made a big difference. Got my mom still worked at Hewlett Packard at the time. So she got a big discount on computers. They still did a good job for it. So I got an HP Pavilion. I want to say it was a 7010 or a 7030. It was a desktop. And I tricked that out. I had to put L2 cache in it. I mean, it didn't even come with L2 cache. I'm like, what? I put in an Evergreen drive. I think it was Evergreen processor that took it from 75 to 130. And I had a Voodoo card, which I just maybe 6 months ago, ganked out of it and sold it on eBay for like $150 for a Voodoo 3, maybe Voodoo 3, Voodoo 2. Like a 8 megabyte video card, and they sell for some parts sell for money. I definitely should be motorcycle dork should definitely be fired. Ladybug, good lawyers can always get around any contract. Absolutely, that's their job. And I'm sort of like, I wanted to be a lawyer, so my work history consisted of wanting to do something, then like having a paper route, and then going like hanging out at those places when I was really young. I did that at what was the name of it? One of the early brokers. I used to go hang out, and they loved me. They couldn't wait for me to bring in the paper, and they would shoot the crap. And they're like, "Dude, you need to be a stockbroker when you get older." On the West Coast, we start at 6:00 in the morning. We're off at 2:30. You're at the golf course. And I was like, "That's for me. That's for me." But I realized you had to deal with an intense amount of stress, and you would, have bad breath and smell like cologne. But you had a Mercedes. The stockbrokers from the 80s had bad breath and smelled like cologne.
Oh.
And had Mercedes. So that's what I wanted to do. And then I wanted to be a lawyer, and then I realized that you had to read a lot for that. So that didn't happen either. Enosburg McDee's.
Oh, so that looks like something.
I think does it look like
McDonald's?
a Victorian house kind of? I haven't been up there for so long.
Maple syrup helps create the J-Lo abs. You mean the
Just
Jello
drink it.
abs?
Just drink it straight. It's just sugar. It goes right to your abs. And that's why they put it all over the pancakes.
I want pancakes.
Look at the smile. Cry, 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 cry. Okay, lots of laughter. Dear,
the phone pancakes. Oh, I did not include the word phone. Thanks, autocorrect. That's so funny.
look how it jumps ahead right when we want it not to. 10% of John says 10% of all. Amy says I sell to everything with a pulse. Exactly. Yes, that's also my theory. John says 10% of all resellers can train their buyers, and other 90% will just keep doing whatever buyers are used to and expect. Yeah, I would say that's true. So wasting time trying to train buyers is not something I would spend time on doing. But again, everybody's store is a little bit different, so your objects might require more training. I don't know. Ladybug says, are you trying to get Primo in trouble on Valentine's Day? Once he starts on J-Lo, there's no return. I know. I mean, we did the J-Lo bit, but I still got to say, she was popping. That's a 54-year-old woman, my exact age. I think she's like 3 or 4 months older than me, and I don't look at all like her. Right? I expected to look like J-Lo by now. Amy just had a Christmas party. Valentine's Day. Nice. I do. I love me some Christmas. I mean, I really do.
For her little sis.
That's so sweet. Paul Rosette, happy to be sold to another dealer if it's a decent price. Yeah, of course. Right. I'm just wondering why you wouldn't get them a deal on shipping. Why not? I mean, if that gets the job done. Once they sold.
Yeah, but maybe it would, whatever. Maybe it was also like making offers and stuff, and then all that combined. Who knows?
I don't know. We'll ask Nash next time.
Everyone has their reasons.
I did say.
Maybe they were really annoying.
I did say to her, so you are always playing offense and defense? And she said, yes, I'm a modern woman. I want it both ways, damn it.
She's so great.
So we give her a standing O for her.
Right, she can make her
She
own
fights
rules.
the fight. No, I'm not saying that. I just want to know why ever, for any potential reason why you'd want to squash a sale, even if it was to a dealer, if it was to, anybody. I mean, I don't know who else. Who else would you be mad would be buying it besides other dealers?
I could picture you doing something like that if somebody
not
urged
now.
you and if someone
When I have
urged
olden
you
days.
Well, maybe things are great for Nash right now. Maybe they had a great day. Maybe they had a great week, and they didn't need that sale.
Okay.
This aggression will not stand, man.
Stop. Wait, can I see
Donnie, you're out of your element.
comments?
So, wait. I was reading Paul Rose's. I'd be happy to sell to another dealer at a decent price. Once sold something for $50 on offer. Before I packed it, he had listed it with my photos in auction and got 4 times my price. That stung. Now, let me ask you this. Perfect example, Paul. Thank you. Thank you, Paul. Thank you for putting that out there. I want to ask you something. Why? Why does it hurt? They could have you could sell it for 4 times, so sell it for 4 times.
But
if
maybe
they
know the trick.
They know
word.
the trick, or they have the customer base, or whatever. Why? I'm not saying I wouldn't feel also maybe a little stung. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, let's not feel that way. Just sell the damn thing. Let somebody else make more money. Who cares? Well, let's say that now because we're entering the enshittening. So
The enshittification.
whatever it's called. Now we just got to sell to everybody. So maybe so here's kind of what I'm trying to get to. This was sort of my 2070-10 concept with Biff, was I'm looking for simplification of how to simplify. Like, I can't use all this energy to fight battles like these. I need to use this energy to list more, sell more.
Well, I think
That's kind of where I'm coming from.
also a little disappointing when a fellow seller is
Rocks your world.
doing that. It's
Why?
almost like
Why?
I don't know. I mean, we've had people email us or message and say, "Hey, just so you know, that's worth a lot more than what you're selling it for."
Guess what I do? I raise the price.
Right. I mean,
So what?
I know.
They could buy it if they want.
I live in this fantasy world.
You do.
Sometimes.
I live in like, I'm not saying I'm not a realist. I am a fantasy person, but reality is when you're looking to solve a problem, there's no emotion. It's just, what's going on here? What's happening? What do I do? If I make this right turn, will the thing go left? I mean, like, what's happening? So in the case of not selling something, you're not selling it. You're not getting the money. The other person isn't getting the money. So I guess you won that battle.
Well,
but you lost the battle of them getting the money.
And if somebody is applying that rationale of, oh, this is a seller, I don't want to sell to them, if they're applying it to us too, then that sucks, because we do buy a lot just for our personal collection. We don't really buy much to resell on eBay. So that would stink if somebody saw that we were a seller and they're like, I'm not going to sell to them.
I've never noticed that
They're
happening.
going to resell this. No, we haven't. But if somebody applied that rationale to us, we would be like, wait, what is happening? Don't block me. I really want this for myself.
I mean, I could usually find it somewhere else, I'm sure, if that ever did happen. But we're probably... Did you just rub your head? That's your sign. That's like, okay, can we be done now?
I'm grasping for straws right now.
You have the tell.
I hate
like
that we have
when
to
you're playing poker and you do that.
I don't have a poker face. I hate that we have to give our photos to eBay, but they don't protect them from future use. Can we use a watermark?
You can use a watermark, sure. Now, Ladybug, this is another one of those things where I'm just like, why? Who cares? I mean, I guess this is why I still like eBay, is because I don't look at them as they're doing all these things. They're taking your pictures. They own your pictures now. They own your description. They own everything. But that was part of the deal when they sell your stuff. So as long as they're selling your stuff, they can have my pictures. They can,
and
I won't stop. I'll give shipping discounts. I'll do all the things that they want if they sell my stuff.
And that's why when you type in the ISBN number of a book, I get all this information that actually does not apply to my book, because they are gathering and keeping the information, and then often it's incorrect. And
well, that's why search is baloney.
And I have to go and change everything, and I'm like, I probably shouldn't even type in the ISBN number.
Sometimes it's actually pretty common that the ISBN is wrong, or that it'll pull up a dumb information.
It has a different publisher,
right,
or it has a different quantity of pages.
So, I mean, I guess we can contribute that to AI learning.
Yeah,
and
that's-
getting data down. And that's fine. I still don't mind helping eBay build their platform. Although I think it's currently being
I don't have
destroyed.
any problem with someone taking our photos. You know,
But I'm just curious, Paul. Thank you very much for letting us talk about that, Ladybug.
Yeah.
Why does that bother you? I mean, is it just the same reason you just don't want to help eBay? And then if that's true, what I would love to say is that in this counseling session, that we must try to get rid of some of those things so that we feel better. Because I don't think any of us feels too great about reselling right now. So. But if you can get rid of those, like take away that that animosity, take away the wanting to poke back when you felt poked.
Prioritize your animosity.
Prioritize your priorities, and the number one is to make money, not to not help them or to whatever. The priority is to make money, and I really want us all to make money and feel better. And I know that being what's the word, like the word when you resentful, like if you resentment hurts you more than it hurts the person that you're trying. I'm not saying it right.
That's no good. Yeah, I know what you're saying. And I meant don't prioritize animosity. Within your list of things that you have animosity about, prioritize those things.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about.
And of course, we're very connected to
animosity.
eBay, and everything they do, they are our they're either our employer, they're our partner, they're our the spouse, whatever they are. They're close enough to us to elicit emotional responses almost on the daily. So if you can do anything to get rid of some of those, you will do yourself a favor.
Yeah, and Ladybug is like, yeah, I guess that I sort of agree with you, Ladybug. She understands that eBay can reuse them, but other sellers, it sucks. Well, that seller is taking a big old risk using your photos when the customer receives the item, and it might not be what they saw in the photo.
That could be. They're willing to take that risk. Let them have it. I know ADH Dave had like a $2,000 book, comic book.
Major win. Thank you.
Major win. You're so awesome. ADH Dave had a book, a comic book that another seller was buying. And he had his own background and everything, and they had they had just put up an ad selling his book for 4 times more. Using his pictures, using his descriptions, using everything. It was an exact duplicate of his ad for 4 times more. They assume if they're going to, if somebody bought it from them for 4 times more, they would just buy it from him. So he took the item off of eBay. And I'm like, who cares? Guys, you come up with a price. It's your price. Are you not confident in that price? I don't know. But make a price you're confident in and sell
You have
it.
to do more research.
You got to do that. You got to be confident.
But when you're trying to,
I said guys.
It's a
when I say
cycle.
guys, I'm serious. What sound should I press? I feel like we're done. I just collapsed on my mic. Yes. It's time to go to the upside down. That's where your sales are.
Wait, is this copyrighted?
Probably.
Uh-oh. Why do you have that on there?
Why did you press it?
Great.
I know. Oh, wait. Let's see. Do it for the bay, Amy says. He just used all my photos, not from a catalog. Annoying, but nothing I can do about it. Yeah, there is nothing you can do about it. And don't think it works. It doesn't work very often. Maybe somebody can get away with it. And then it's kind of like, good job, you. You just bought my thing for a quarter of the price and sold it.
So
you're lucky that you got to do that.
And I just thought of something, too. So big companies can have a eBayer seller
that was for spam hanging on a little longer.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you so much.
Right. Big companies can have an eBay seller taken down or their item taken down for using the big company's photos.
Yeah.
So,
stock photos.
But eBay allows, because we're just these little small individuals, it's okay to abuse that theory or the same thing because we're little nobodies. I'm exaggerating, but
Georgiawa just blocked somebody after their 6th message. I don't think I would have lasted that long. It's it depends on if it's before sale or after sale. 4 is max on either direction. I don't, after sale, you deal with them how you have to. But before sale, get all your questions together. Okay, hold on. Get all your questions. How many questions do you have? I've got 4 questions. Okay, so write me a message and put all 4 questions into one message. Then, let's say you forgot one. Then there's maybe a situation where you can have 2 messages. 6 messages. I call 5150 on that. We gotta go, but I'm gonna just hurry. Let's just run through these and then go off before they can. Okay, go quick, and then we're gonna just get off.
Okay, so George, Nesbitt, Major. You just got rid of the comments.
No, I didn't. I just hid them from you.
Okay. I think that drop shipping technique has happened to me recently, Primo. If it sells for my asking price, I'm okay with that. Amy says, yeah, I had 3 listings removed due to policy violation, but I'm not sure which items were removed.
Oh, they didn't tell you.
Right. How can you improve or not make the same mistake again if they don't tell you?
Go into your
ended. Dropshippers make like 5%. They
can have it. Take it. Amy, check out your ended auctions. Go into your ended listings and scroll through them and see if you have any with red writing on them. They get locked. They get locked into your ended items. You can get rid of them on your app, your phone app.
Oh, right, by sliding
and going delete. But on your desktop, you can't get rid of them, so they should be there with red writing. Say this is bad. So check that out. That might tell you which items were removed.
And yes, major win. Oh, thank you. You are all the best. Thanks, everyone. And one more round of love and hugs and support
for Callie Debs. We love you, yes. Callie Debs, and so sorry that you're going through this right now, but know that we're going to be thinking about you for the rest of the day and tomorrow, and maybe till we see you on Friday. How about that at 4? Just throwing in a little plug there. And also, everyone else is going to be thinking about you as well. And nothing but love.
And Friday is our Tiki show, so if you want a little getaway from eBay.
Try not to eBay at all, but it doesn't always work.
Our Tiki fun time, Primo Kimo talk story.
Yeah, whatever. Have a drink. It's our 1 drink per week. So when you're on a diet, that's all you can do. And in fact, we haven't even been having the drink.
And everyone, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you all. You're also
She's
great.
Got the Justin Bieber hands.
Hey,
wah, wah, wah.
We love seeing you guys every time we come on here. It's really sweet. We love it. Get some Jell-O syrup.
Some J-Lo syrup. All right, guys. We're really going to go this time. Love you guys.
Aloha.
Aloha.